Hi everyone, how are we all doing? Hope we're all okay. So today I thought I would do something a little bit different, and that's to try to record a video live and see what happens. So if you're watching the live stream, please comment in the chat if you have any questions, or if you're watching the video later on after it's been recorded, you can ask questions in the comments as usual. So this is the first time that I've recorded a live stream here on my channel. So I hope the audio is okay. Hope you can all hear me okay. Please let me know in the chat if you can't hear me at all. Hi everyone, how are you all doing? So what I wanted to talk about today is recently it feels like I'm spending most of my time trying to arrange works with DNOs. I don't know if anybody else has got that experience as well, either for new connections or upgrades. And I think that's something that's probably going to be ongoing due to all of the works to install electric vehicles and heat pumps and EV charging points, I should say. And this is something that's going to be going on everywhere due to the target for reducing carbon emissions and so on. So there is a lot of work going on to upgrade electricity supplies. So I thought I'd talk about this a bit. And also I saw a technical question online recently that I thought was interesting, where a person asked if B&O cables needed to be on a separate cable trays. And I think this is an interesting topic. Now, if you're not sure what I mean by a B&O cable, a B&O is a building network operator. And I created a video about this recently, so about a year ago. And I put a link in the comments. I'll put a link in the comments below. Basically, a B&O relates to installations such as in a block of flats where you have an incoming supply, which is installed by the DNO. However, the submains or the lateral mains are installed by the building network operator. Now, the building network operator can be the landlord, or it could be an independent DNO, such as any of the IDNOs that are out there. And I spoke about this previously because I heard that some DNOs were not carrying out the installations of the lateral mains in blocks of flats anymore. And this would be the responsibility of the building network operator, the BNO. Now, works can be carried out by an independent DNO, as I said, or they can be carried out by an electrical contractor. However, the thing to bear in mind is that the requirements for this can be found in the engineering recommendation G87, which is obviously in addition to BS7671, and this is published by the ENA, which is the Electrical Network Association, and these can be found online. So my advice to anyone is if you're ever asked to install the submains to individual flats, then check out the engineering recommendation G87, as this will help you to know what requirements there are and what the DNO will expect when they come to connect the property. So I hope that's useful. In relation to the question that I saw online, which asked if B&O cables need to be on a separate cable tray, I think it would make sense for them to be on a separate cable tray to the electrical installation in general. But one thing that is a requirement of G87 is that the supplies to the individual flats needs to be rewirable and accessible. So for this reason, you wouldn't want the cables, the lateral mains to the flats, to be running in areas that wouldn't be accessible later on. So I think it makes sense for them to be on their own cable tray. Let me know what you think. I'd be interested to know what any of you have done in the past. Off the top of my head, I can't remember if that's an a specific requirement of G87, but I think it makes sense for them to be separate, which is why I recommend checking out engineering recommendation G87 if you're ever asked to do any installations that relate to running supplies to blocks of individual flats within a block. Now, obviously, BS7671 will apply, so we need to make sure that the cables are segregated from different band of circuits as well. So that's another thing to bear in mind. And to make sure that other contractors installing IT cables aren't going to come along later on and add their cables to the same tray as well, which is something that I've seen. It's a problem that I think everybody has probably seen. So there are also requirements to bear in mind if the supply is a PME system. So bear that out. I made another video about that here on my channel. So I'll put a link in the comments after I've recorded this video. And so check those out if you haven't seen them already. Please let me know if you have any questions at all. Let me know a question in the chat if you want to ask me anything, or you can ask me a question later on after the video's been published. But yeah, this is a topic that that I thought was interesting, because if you've ever, like me, if you've ever worked in blocks of flats where you've got an incoming supply into the block, and then you've got the submains that go from there into each individual flat, that is something that some DNOs are not installing anymore. It's something that comes down to the building network operator. And as I say, you can get IDNOs, independent DNOs, to carry out that work, or electrical contractors can do it. But it's really important to bear in mind those recommendations in G87, because there are some specific things in there. For instance, they don't want the cables to be accessible so that anybody could tamper with them, for example. And interesting also that they have to be rewirable. So, which is why you often see in blocks of flats, the submains will go, they'll always be run in communal areas. They won't be run through the flats, for example, except where they enter each flat. Obviously, that's obviously a difference there. So really important to bear that in mind. I hope that's useful for everybody. As I say, working with DNOs is something that I seem to be doing a lot of. I'd be interested to know what all of you think. So let me know if there's any questions. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. Please let me know if you'd like to see more videos on this topic, and also please let me know if you'd like to see more videos in this format where I've created them live, basically just to see what happens and to see if anybody wants to ask me any questions while I'm making the video. Obviously, give the video a like if you do find this useful, because obviously that lets me know what content you guys want to see. And so please let us know if you'd like to see more like this, and please subscribe to my channel to be notified of any upcoming videos, to be the first to know when my videos will go live. So I hope you found that useful. And so that's all I have to say on that topic today. So I'll end the live stream there. And so, yeah, thanks very much for watching.